Welcome to the Holy Yogi, where we help you find the spiritual guru inside of you. Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. How you doing today? And if no one has told you today that they love you, let me be the first. I love each and every single one of you because love truly makes the world go round and round and round. And love is truly the greatest medicine of them all. And simply put, ladies and gentlemen, love always wins. Hey, out there, the message for today is cancer care. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey, Latoya, how you doing today? I am sending you so much light and sending you so much love. I got a letter from, a message from me. She Facebooked me in Messenger. And her question is, her mom is stage 4 liver cancer. And she just recently started to get her money to eat. She's going through chemotherapy, which is going to last until September. And she's feeling really frustrated now. It's like, how can I deal with the frustration? She wants to give her mom the herbs and the supplements and all the alternative measures to help heal her mom of cancer. And, her mom is rejecting it right now. And she is basically saying, after she goes through the chemo, then she's going to start trying to do the holistic stuff. And she's frustrated. So this is what I'm going to say to you first and foremost. This is really important. Let's talk about your frustration first. This is real important. I just now noticed it's springtime and I have a wasp inside my house. Just now flew in from the what is it called? The vent. So that's why I paused for the call. Okay, I'm gonna love this wasp away. So this is what I want you to know, and I want you to fully grasp. And that is, one thing about truly loving someone, especially moms and dads, we love them with all of our heart. You're learning right now the greatest tough love of them all, and that's loving someone unconditionally. That's the only real love. And a lot of us, unfortunately, our love is very conditional. If you do what I tell you to do, then you love me. If you be the way I want you to be, if you wear what I want you to wear, if you say what I want you to say, if you, like I said, do what I want you to do, if you be the way I want you to be, then you love me, okay? And we know that that's not love, because love is not manipulating. It is not controlling. It's not wanting people to be the way that we are. Our way of love is just that. It's our way, and it's special for us. So this is the part. True love is accepting people just the way they are. And one of the key things that I've coined over the years is, I honor you where you are at. I honor you where you are at. Let me quell some fears and concerns for you. The one thing that I've learned over having had cancer myself, having had the experience where my mother has had cancer, my sister had cancer, she passed from cancer, my mother is still here, and the like. And I know friends and I know other family members who have passed and also who have thrived and succeeded. I've had clients, some have made the transition and some have successfully, healed themselves of the disease. The thing that I want you to realize, and I remember reading Deepak Chopra's book, I forget the title of it, but in the book it basically said there was a statistical study that people who believed that allopathic treatments, modalities such as chemotherapy and radiation would heal and cure them of cancer, it did. It actually worked. Because real simple, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. And then individuals that believed, like myself, that, alternative, holistic means and treatment will cure myself of cancer, it honestly did. Okay? So it's not about the treatment, it's not about the therapy, it's all about the energy of the mindset, of the soul, of the spirit of the individual that will determine whether or not they will choose to make the transition or choose to live. You know, I know some good friends of mine, or a really good friend of mine, he is a motivational speaker, inspirational, you know, personality, travels the world, wrote books. Matter of fact, he and I met, like myself, he and I met at a local TV station. We were both being interviewed, and the show was a topic about creating miracles in your life. And in a nutshell, since we met, it's been at least like 10 years since we did that show together. He acquired cancer, totally out of the blue, etc. It never happens out of the blue, but that's another conversation. But, you know, and he informed everyone he had this cancer, and he went through the whole allopathic strategy and treatment. What I found that was really fascinating, and that I really, really got, and like I said, I've been living this life for 30, 40 years, and I've been really analyzing this whole thing about, you know, dis-ease and balance and life and death and things of that nature. And I've seen people, particularly with cancer, people who took the allopathic route, people who took the holistic route. And what I found, in particular most recently with another famous motivational speaker, Brian Tracy. Another good one, Les Brown. You know about Les Brown. Les Brown, Brian Tracy, and Hal Elrod. Like I said, inspirational, motivational speakers, etc. The Morning Miracle Morning, he created that. So these three gentlemen, they went the complete allopathic route. Matter of fact, I remember actually meeting Les Brown, and I was really trying to have him meet with my mom, who is a naturopathic doctor, to get some assistance because he had these new chemotherapy things inside of his body. Now, ironically, Les has had 3 stages where it keeps coming back. Okay, it never really leaves. Another conversation. But what I want you to hold on to, even though he had 3 episodes of it, the key thing is that because they believed and because they were so positive, they were so high on life and living and abundance and prosperity and bravery and courageousness and compassion and of love and of truth and of justice and of righteousness and order and of balance and success and prosperity, because they were rising up at that high vibrational frequency. Think about it. They go around the world speaking about success and empowerment and being the best that you are and inspiring, bringing out inside spirit, in spirit, inspiring people and motivating people. Guess what? In turn, they inspired and motivated themselves to get through their challenges in life. And so they live. And that's what it's really all about. So I find, because I believed that, you know, I was successful in the area of using alternative health, and that the chiropractic work and the acupuncture work and the herbs and the supplements and the foods that I was eating was healing my body, and I'm sending love and light to all my cells, and they're vibrant and they're healthy and things of that nature. So shall it be that way. So I want you to have the safety and security of knowing that it's not so much what you're doing, it's more so what you are being. We are spiritual beings having human experiences, but most of us are human beings being human doing. We think we got to do it in the physical realm. We got to do it. We got to, you know, give the vitamins, you know, walk with the person, feed the person, or do all these external things for the person. Give them their favorite gift or toy or stuffed animal or roses or flowers and things of that nature. We think we got to go there. But it is so much more powerful. And the reason why, because if we can't feel it, taste it, smell it, touch it, it's not real. That's what we've been conditioned to believe. Matter of fact, science states that. You know, science states that, you know, we're able to determine the realness of things by, you know, using the 6 senses. But the truth is the 7th sense, the third eye, the female intuition, the internal message, the message in the vibrational frequencies that is so much more powerful than what we can do in the physical. And what I mean by that is we always say, I'm praying for you, you know, or I'm sending good vibes to you and things of that nature. And we think, yeah, but can you really pay my bills? Or can you, you know, come over and see and sit with me and things of that nature, and that'll be the work. But let me tell you the truth, okay? The best thing that you can do for your mom, believe it or not, is to do for you first. What I mean by that is you can't give your mom, oh, that's why you're frustrated. It's because your energy drained because you're not loving yourself enough. First, you have to do, before you can get out there and give that love and vibrational frequency to your mama and help her go through her health challenges, first, you have to give that love to you first. So this is what you need to do. You need to recharge your love battery. What I mean by that is the first thing in the morning, what I need you to do is to sit down, and I need you to meditate, and I need you to pray. And I need you to give yourself love. You can't love anybody else, baby girl, until you are loving yourself, Latoya. You got to give yourself the love that you're looking for, okay, and that you need, so that once your love vibrational frequency is up and that battery is churning and you're recharged, then you can take that love vibrational frequency and then you can give it and pour it into your mom. Okay, that's in spirit, and that is physically also, okay? So make sure you're doing that for you every single day, first and foremost, okay? Because imagine, think about it. Can't use your phone if it ain't charged, right? You probably, will recharge your phone first every day, because you got to recharge your phone. You take care of your phone first, because once you take it off that charge and you go throughout the day, it's going to go dead. It's going to lose its life force. It can't work for you if you don't work for it. That's the same thing. You have that same internal body, that same internal battery too. You got to recharge yourself. So every morning, first and foremost, remember, I said when you go up in a plane ride, put the mask on you first before you put the mask on your mom or your kids or your husband or significant other or your other family, friends, and loved ones first. We women tend to forget all about us, get all in front of other people, and then we get cranky and we get frustrated, things of that nature, because they're not doing what we want to do, only because we're not doing for ourselves first. So if you're not doing for you, how can you expect someone else to do the things that you want them to do, right? You're rejecting you. You're doing exactly to yourself what they are doing to you. Like attracts like, okay? So this is what we want you to do, okay? And I say this most lovingly. First, love yourself. First, before you deal with mom or anybody else, get up early between 3 and 6 o'clock a.m. That's my me time. That's what I'm doing, my prayers. And I'm praying for me. I'm praying. First, I'm showing an attitude of gratitude. I'm thanking God, because when you get that attitude of gratitude, you feel like you were in a major abundance. Oh, I can walk. I can talk, I can see, I can smell. I woke up in my right mind. I have no major disease or any illness that's going on inside of my body. My bills are being paid, and they're being paid on time. My car is working for me. I can turn up my car and I can go and take my mom to a chemotherapy, treatments and things of that nature that, I can walk, I can talk, I can feel, I can smell, I can taste, I can dance. Think about all the things that you can do. The average person, I got my hands. Oh my God. People don't have their hands. Some people don't have their legs. Some people aren't in their right mind. Okay? And so you are in so much abundance. You have so much to be so grateful for. And hold on to see how rich your life truly is. And get into that vibe and start feeling good about yourself. Okay? And then I want you to, after you thank God for all the blessings, I want you to talk to you, because remember, you're God, you are the goddess, okay? Remember that, right? And I want you to tap into that, and I want you to manifest, and I want you to create the day, and that's when you do your visualization, the day that you want, and the day that no matter what anybody says or do to you, I want you to visualize it and be acceptance of it and be loving towards it too. Okay, I understand, you know. And just give them love. That's mentally give them love, and that's physically. So visualize yourself hugging, kissing, telling her that you love her, telling her that you understand, expressing to her that the treatment is working, that she's getting better every single day, and that life is looking good on her, and life is looking good. And smile, 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 because love is contagious. Tender, loving care is the best thing that you can give anybody else. And simultaneously, as you are giving it to them, you are giving it to yourself. Stay in love. Stay in light. Stay in healing. You are healing. You are getting better, better every single day. You are so well. You're energized and you're invigorated. And I'm so happy for you. You're just amazing. You are a wonderful, marvelous person. That's the energy you need to be exuding for yourself and for your mom. Think about it. Faith it until you make it. You start doing this. Like I'm talking to you right now, I'm getting inspired. I'm getting motivated. I am getting invigorated. It's called self-enlightened interest. You do these things, and it's going to heal you as well as healing other people. Like the old saying goes, give people what they need and want, and in turn, you will get what you need and want. And that's what it's all about. You just need a little bit more love. If you want love, as they say, you give love, okay? All right? And don't worry about how it's being given to you, the package of how it's showing up for you. Just focus, give an example, prime example. Like you, my grandmother, she had diabetes, which extended into kidney dialysis. And her sister, twin sister, had just recently decided, some maybe 3 or 4 years before she started getting kidney dialysis, that she had no more, and that she was willing to pass on, and she did. And the reality of the situation is my grandmother pretty much had gone the same path. Now keep in mind, 99% of my family is, allopathic medicine. 90% of them. I had an aunt just recently passed of cancer, an aunt that I absolutely adored, stage 4 of, she had lung cancer and brain cancer. And they all know, that I've healed myself of cancer. And, I've been living this for the last 40-something years of my life, particularly with my grandmother. I would go from California to Philadelphia 3 or 4 times a year during the last 2 or 3 years of her life, and would sit there. And the very last time I visited her, I honored her where she was at, and I was feeding her. I think she was having ham hocks and some type of dish, and I loved her. And I fed her the food that she wanted. I showed it with the flowers and things of that nature. And at home, I meditated and prayed and fasted, and I honored her. That's the way she wanted to live, and that's the way she wanted to die. And with great deal of happiness and joy. It's not about us. It's about them. We got to honor them, and we got to love them the way that they want to live and the way that they want to die. And if that is what it's meant to be, after all the love that you've given, knowing that you honored them in love and life, and you honored them in love and making the transition, You stay in light and love. First, fill yourself up with it. Fill yourself up with it. That you are over in abundance. That you are anointed with the Great Spirit. And take that wonderful positive energy. Breathe it in, that good prana. Give yourself all the love. Take care of you. Make sure you are eating right, taking care of yourself. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure that you are exercising. Very important. One way to get rid of any type of stresses and things that are going on in your life is exercise. Make sure you're getting that in every day. You're drinking your water. You're taking care of the 7 doctors for you first. Then after you're fortified and things of that nature, then go and assist mama. Okay? You're not good for mama or anybody else if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not energized and invigorated. You do that. And then take that love and pour it into your mother. Not expecting anything. That's what unconditional love is all about. Not expecting anything back in return. That's the best lesson to any guru to love is to give, 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 give till you think you ain't got no more to give. And then give even more. That's unconditional love without expecting anything back in return. And just accepting people as they are. Instead of saying you love your mother, say, I accept you just the way you are. And you're just perfect. Just the way that you are. And honor her and love her through the process. So, I'm going to share this last story with you to kind of get you kind of encouraged. My mother, who is a naturopathic doctor too, who is a metaphysician too, she's experiencing psychosis, seizures. And with that in mind, she would, and I knew, keep in mind, she's a naturopathic doctor too. So I'm just going to tell you, she knows better, right? But knowing better and doing better is 2 different things. But nevertheless, she stayed with me for a whole entire year of me loving her unconditionally. Okay, now, understand this right now, me and my mother had a very estranged relationship. Hadn't seen her for close to 20 years. And out of necessity, she had to stay with me for a whole year. And during that time, I was trying to encourage her to do the fasting, to do a lot of the other healing arts. But she had a way of healing arts that she felt worked well for her, and I honored her. Until it got to this point. See, the universe works in mysterious ways where literally she was bedridden. She could not take herself to the bathroom. She couldn't do a lot of things. I told her, listen, honey, I cannot take care of you and work and take care of my kids and things of that nature 24 hours a day. We are going to have to make a tough love choice of putting you in a home if you don't do these modalities that I think will work. Let's give it a try to see if we can get you to the point back to walking again. Okay, we tried all of her healing modalities. People always think it's in the herbs and etc. But it's here in the mind. We miss it. The mind, the healing of the mind, as well as the healing of the body. So I put her on a 1-day fast, dry hard fast, meaning no water at all, no taking a bath, shower, nothing, no water at all, no food at all for 1 complete day. And then for 7 days after the 1 day, literally, you talk about a miracle. She could walk. Matter of fact, she got so caught up into, she loves this dog a little too much. She's attached to the dog, okay? A little too much. And within 1 day, she got upset because my son was remember she couldn't walk, right? My son was taking the dog for a walk. She literally sprinted. She didn't even realize it because she was so fixated. Once again, her mind was so fixated on this dog that she forgot that her body had healed itself of the obstruction that was going on in her hip that caused her not to be able to walk. And literally sprinted out the door to go catch up. And I'm watching her go through the door, and I'm like, I didn't say anything because she was in the moment. She was in the zone of self-actualizing herself and being the way that she wanted to be. And then she came back in and I said, did you see you just now ran? And keep in mind, she couldn't walk up the steps. She couldn't walk down the stairs. And she was like, oh my God. And then she started bending her knees up and up to her chest. I didn't even know it was that bad. She couldn't bend her knees up to her chest, etc. And then so she went the next 6 days just drinking water. And in 7 days, her bodily function, that obstruction in her hip, was gone. 7 days after staying with me for 365 days, a full year. And sometimes that's what it is. It's a patience. It's a time factor. It's like a full circle. 365 is going full circle. It makes a euphoric, significant change. And from then, her memory came back and the seizures. No more. And then she was able to transition and go where she wanted to go. So what I say is you continue to be you. During that whole time, I continue to be me. I continue to fast. I continue to pray. I continue to meditate. And I keep on sending her light and sending her love and praying that she would do the treatments and things of that nature that I felt was the best for her. But no matter what, I was going to honor her where she was at. But sometimes you get help from the universe. I strongly believe that God helped her. Well, she helped herself go through that last transitional act of not being able to move, to really, take the next step as far as healing herself, okay? So the thing is, I like Maya Angelou said this, God will whisper in our ears, tap us on the shoulder, and knock us upside the head in order to get our attention to do things we know we need to do for ourselves. For me, it was homelessness, and within 18 months, I became a millionaire. Sometimes it's drama. Sometimes we're so hard-headed that God gives us a really tough experience to really go out there and be the best that we can be. And maybe this is the blessing and a lesson for your mom and an opportunity to do and live the life the way that she wants to do. And what you have to do is honor her where she's at. Love her for who and just what she is, and go from here. So that's the moral of the story. Love you first. Unconditionally love you first. Then in turn, you'll have the energy. You got to do it every day because you're going to have to replenish yourself every day. Every day. I do the spiritual between 3 and 6 a.m. I am praying. I am meditating. I'm doing my affirmation. I'm visualizing. I do intermittent fasting every single day. I am fasting. I'm visualizing the best day, the best outcome, the best interactions that I'm having with my kids, with my co-workers, with my boss, and even with you. So the work is getting done. I'm loving you. You're loving me. All this vibration energy is going forth and in great spirit and great high. And so in turn, we'll have that type of experience. With that said, I'm going to pray for you now that, dear Heavenly Spirit, Divine Gracious Mother, Father God, I asked, most importantly, that you teach us how to unconditionally love ourselves first. Every morning between 3 and 6 a.m., we are energized and invigorated and feeling the light and love and communing with you to be the God, Goddess that we are. And as we become the God, Goddess, the angel, and have the vibrational frequency of truth, justice, righteousness, order, balance, reciprocity, peace, harmony, bliss, love, unconditional love, purity, so shall we be able to take that energy, vibrational forces out and give it to others. And in turn, that TLC, tender loving care, will help them have the courage and bravery to heal themselves. Remember, it's not the herbs, it's not the chemotherapy that cures all ills. They say it's incurable. Well, they're right. Inside is the cure, and you have the ability to cure yourself, regardless of what path or choice you make in order to go through the healing process. But if at the forefront of your mind, healing is the number one thing that you need and want to do, it shall be. Love heals. So, do me a favor. Watch the previous video that I did about a couple of days ago. Coronavirus. Love heals. Compliments what I'm sharing with you today. Okay? Peace. Hetapu. Namaste. Have a fantastic day.